Mr. X, you're filming Xtreme Xpos from your Denver home? It's been a long time. I know you were thinking that, and I know you're thinking, what is going on with the hair, Mr. X? Well, a few things. Number one, now you can see how much it takes to make this look beautiful usually. And number two, when I'm home, Mrs. X just jostles me around. The second I walk in the door, nympho.
Give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own.
Hey, welcome to the beginning of April 2026. It's our first of the month segment where we look at all the exciting things that are happening and we fill you in on anything you missed last month. That would be March. That intro, if you haven't watched the channel in a while, I actually live in two places now, and the other place is where I've usually been filming this monthly episode. So you're used to the casting couch, now you have the collection behind me, and you'll know why in a moment. So I'm super stoked for April. It seems like collectibles just keep coming in, and it's an exciting time to be a collector despite the high price tags. But before we dive into April, I want to look at March like usual. So there's a format to these. I look at what I bought, I look at my favorite thing that arrived, I look at things that I practice hashtag restraint on, and then we give you a preview of the upcoming months. So we're going to talk about the exciting events that are happening, which, as a spoiler, not many. And then what collectibles are arriving, which, as a spoiler, there are many. In fact, there's two of my top 10 anticipated pieces that I showed in this video right here. They're upstairs in boxes. Well, one's on a pallet. So you'll see those very shortly. So anything you see on here, it's a good idea for you to not only like this video, but sub to the channel, hit the bell notification, because that's the first announcement I have. At the time I'm filming this, we're about 150 subscribers. Subs. I noticed I wanted to say subs, but I changed it to subscribers. From 40,000 subscribers. 40,000 voyeurs are watching me, which is like creepy, but kind of exciting at the same time. So if we already hit it, that's great. That means there's going to be a giveaway video coming. If we haven't, hit that subscribe button, get us there. And we're giving away 4 prizes, including statues valued at over $1,000. So that'll come out, and you definitely want to tune in for that. If you want to know how to win, wait till the end of the video. But March was pretty cool. So got in a number of statues. My favorite was a little disappointing, but it was still my favorite of the month, and that was PCS's Casey Jones. Very cool piece. Go out and watch that review, and I can't wait for the rest of the line. So one thing, Mr. X decided I'm going to try and cut back my spending a little bit this year, at least in regards to collectibles, for a few different reasons. Some of the collectibles I'm buying are so much more expensive, especially with shipping. I feel like I'm a little more impulsive than I used to be. And there's a lot of other stuff going on, from paying for 2 homes. All my kids want sports cars. And of course, some major trips and vacations we're going to talk about. Of course, that's kind of the normal extreme life. But mostly I've been working so much, so I'm really having trouble finding time to do statue content, which is why I recently released this video. So moving forward, 95% of the content you're going to see is statue related, despite the fact that I bought 0 statues in March.
Right.
I feel pretty disciplined. Some of that was due to the outrageous prices of some of the ones that I saw and wanted, but some of it was just me practicing hashtag restraint. So what that is, that means I used to buy everything. When I first started statue collecting 10 years ago, I was buying about 10 statues a month, which adds up very fast. And I did that for years. But now I've kind of decided, you know what, let's not be impulsive. If there's a statue you really like, sleep on it for a few days and see if you can practice hashtag restraint. And I did do that with one statue, kind of 2. Let me explain. Brighton Road Studios released their Big Chap XL Alien. Now, I really like this, but I have their other one right there. You can see it up there. They're both 1/3 scale. That's a little smaller. And I talk about it in this video right here. So I decided I didn't need that because it had a hefty price tag of $3,000. And then Prime One Studio invited a number of collectors. I don't know if it was 50 or 5,000. And I wrote a blog about this on the xtremechannel.com, which I don't think that's come out yet. But it was a prestige version of that. So it had some additional switch outs, and it had an additional statue with it. And, you know, I thought 3,000 was too much, so now I'm considering 8,000. But ultimately, so far, I've practiced hashtag restraint, at least at the time I'm filming this. And again, check out the Xtreme channel, sign up for those daily blogs, and you'll find out more about that. So really, I was so busy in March. You know, we had spring break going on. Mrs. X and I got back from Disney World. We were there in February and March as the month turned over. And so much travel back and forth. April is going to be a lot slower when it comes to that. I only have 4 flights booked in April. And traditionally, just so you know, I do like 8 to 12 a month. So I look forward to some of that time and relaxing, and got a bunch of stuff planned, including collectibles, including time with the family, including celebrating Jesus rising from the dead by cooking an Easter bunny on the grill. But it's going to be collectibles, collectibles, collectibles. Because there are so many cool ones that are going to hit this table. Again, if you see something you like, make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you don't miss that video. So let's start with the ones that are for sure coming in because they're upstairs right now. First is PCS's Darth Vader statue. This is a fine arts bust. So by the time you're seeing this, it's already reviewed and it'll probably launch here within the next week. It might be the next video that comes out. We'll see. This is one of my most anticipated pieces. I love these fine art busts. I haven't bought them all. I'm selective on which ones I buy. And I think this is like the ultimate Star Wars because I think Vader is the most quintessential villain in pop culture. You watched most of my videos, you might be confused. Mr. X, I already saw that review. Yes, it came at the very end of March after I filmed the Expo video, so I have reviewed it, and this was actually my favorite statue from the month of March, not Casey. Another one upstairs on a pallet is this custom Magneto on Throne, which has a crazy scammer story behind it. Person who delivered this is not a scammer. They're a fantastic person, but I think I've been involved with this project now for 4 or 5 years. And I'm scared to death on how big it's going to be.
That's what she said.
Other items I have tracking on, including Prime 1 Studios T1000. So I have the tracking on this. Super stoked to get it. Their Arnold. Do I have their tracking on their Arnold? You know what? I might. I need to check this out. I do. I have the tracking on the Arnold as well. So both the T1000 and this one right here, both of these are coming to the collection. They should arrive in the month of April. Very stoked. I didn't want to go all in. I jumped on both of those on the wait list because that's one of my favorite properties growing up. And as much as I love Terminator 2, which this is from, I love Terminator 1 even more. That was one of my favorite movies growing up because my father made us watch R-rated movies when we were young. 2 more I have tracking on. This custom Morph statue. You've seen this on the docket for a while. Definitely have tracking on this, and he's going to come to the collection. One of my very last X-Men pieces that I know of. By the way, Mrs. X is still painting this custom right here. I don't think it'll be done in April, this Wolverine. But when it's fully painted, we will definitely show it to you. I don't know why I keep doing this with my hand. Prime 1 Studios Bermejo Catwoman. I have the tracking on this as well. Should arrive my last 1/3 scale DC piece. Knock on wood. We'll see. One of the things that I've failed to mention yet, I might as well as let the cat out of the bag, although I wouldn't let a cat out of the bag because I hate cats. I'd let it stay in there. Yeah. Those R-rated movies growing up are really messing with me. Room tours are coming in April. Room tours. I'm going to do what I did a few years ago. I'm going to do a giant room tour, 20, 30 minutes, and then I'm going to do mini room tours, individual on each pieces. So I've already started filming those. Members have early access. You might see that behind the membership wall, but eventually those will be made public at a cadence so you don't see 50 videos on one day because sometimes I film that many in one day. Now I'm just rambling. What other collectibles are coming in, Mr. X? I have the tracking on J&D Guts. Now this one, I'm going to film from San Francisco. It's going to be my first statue in San Francisco, mainly because there's nothing on this side of the collection that it goes with anymore. And I have a tat that I'm going to put it in my office, actually. A lot of my employees know I like Berserk, so there you go. My voice just cracked. Now, these are ones I don't have tracking on, but they're set to be released. First, we have this Dark Side on Throne custom piece. Going to be huge. So it was supposed to ship in before the end of the year. So as customs, they get behind. I'm not super worried about that. Also, PCS said their Pumpkinhead 1/3 scale, that was delayed. They had some issues, but it's supposed to start shipping again in April. Not again, but for the first time. So there's going to be a few videos on that. This is my favorite horror creature. Their Ed 209, the last update they had is that it was supposed to ship in April as well. This is going to be crazy big. I would guess this is going to arrive in May just due to the size of it. But again, more stuff to make sure you're subscribed. 60% of you aren't subscribed. We'd be at 50,000 subs, and then I'd feel like I've beaten the world. 50,000 voyeurs. Also, PCS, their Michelangelo is supposed to start shipping. The Last of the Brothers, The Last of the Turts. And then we're just waiting for the Villains to come out later this year. I'm going to redo, you'll see that in the room tour, I'm going to have to redo some of the displays. But for the most part, everything is set up. You'll see in the room tours on kind of the final end game, if you will. But yeah, that's it. So that is a lot. That's a lot. Make sure you're subscribed so you can see it all. See, Mrs. X just messes with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Yes, we're still giving away $1,000 statues at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. You have to make sure you're subbed to the channel, you like the video, and then leave a comment. We're going to pick a random comment on a random video and give away those statues. In the meantime, check out some of these other videos and my social media. Talk to you soon. Take care.